Dawaj! Rak to nie wyrok! Rak to nie wyrok! Rak to nie wyrok!
Cześć, witam, dzień dobry. What's up? This is Mike. Today I would like to talk about this really beautiful fundraiser that concluded yesterday, breaking and smashing a Guinness World Book record by this influencer, Łatwogang. Very modest setup, very humble setup, humble apartment, wound up bringing the country together for one common cause. One of the most beautiful things I've seen in a long time. I wish we had some of this spirit in America right now with the division of politics is doing to the country. So why don't we get into this article? Polish influencer breaks charity streaming record, almost 60 million euros for cancer treatment. This just happened. This is breaking news. It was finished yesterday, last night. A Polish influencer has broken the world record for charity fundraising during a live stream. Piotr Garkowski, who uses a pseudonym Łatwogang, raised over 250 million zloty, almost 60 million euros, for children's cancer treatment during a 9-day stream that ended on Sunday. So that was just yesterday. The fundraiser had an initial goal of 500,000 zloty, but ended up smashing the Guinness World Book of Records at 16.6 million euros, set by two French streamers last year after various Polish celebrities and companies joined the effort. Łatwogang called it a miracle and praised those involved, while the Cancer Fighters Foundation, for which he raised the money, described it as a great opportunity to help that comes with massive responsibility to ensure the funds are spent transparently. For me, this is amazing because in Poland, if you do a fundraiser like this, you have to have the banking information. This guy could have easily taken a lot of these funds and swindled it, could have done something with it. But so things are really transparent here. I'm not saying they're not transparent in the United States. But what was the most striking about this, once I started to go back and look at some of the videos, is how many local Polish celebrities he was able to draw in. People like Iga Świątek, Robert Lewandowski, their big football star here. Also Ed Sheeran participated. It was this really sense of national pride that I could see. And I just think it's really inspiring, especially the climate we are in terms of politics and the division of politics and what it's doing to society. Really, really beautiful fundraiser. So why don't we look at the people behind the scenes, the people that started this fundraiser, and you can really see how modest it is. This is not this is not in a studio, this is not some Hollywood studio. This man had a really modest setup, and it just shows you how successful you can be when you do something organically and you just have a goal to just raise a certain amount of money. There were a lot of newscasters coming in and out of this house. This was a live stream for 9 days, so this is just really incredible for me.
Jezu, ja mam w ogóle pytanie, czy ty się spodziewałeś, że ta akcja po prostu tak opanuje całą Polskę i myślę, że nie tylko.
Nie, cieszę się, nie wiedziałem, że tak będzie, ale bardzo się cieszę, że tak się stało. Jest to cud i wspaniała sprawa i powinniśmy się tym cieszyć wszyscy.
A jesteś w ogóle, myślisz, teraz takim prekursorem nowego trendu wśród gwiazd, które golą sobie głowę?
Nie, ja nie jestem żadnym prekursorem, ja tutaj przypadkiem się znalazłem. Ważne, że ja tu jestem tylko z boku tutaj, nawet tu goście przychodzą, sami prowadzą, ja tutaj tylko siedzę i spędzam czas i staram się troszkę pomóc, ile mogę, ale że na pewno żadnym prekursorem nie jestem. W ogóle może chcecie się pokazać, chyba że nie chcecie, też to oczywiście bez problemu, ale uważam, że wielkie serducha naprawdę...
Dzień dobry wszystkim.
Jak to jeszcze raz na imię, przepraszam cię,
Magda,
Magda, proszę,
bardzo
przepraszam.
mi miło, cześć.
Serduszka dla Magdy i dla pana kamerzysty, może pan to ich ładnie pokazać, bo to jest wielka sprawa. Serducha, jak pan też ma na imię? Rafał, serducha dla Magdy i Rafała.
So here's what I'm talking about in Poland. If you can see here, they have the foundation, they have the account number, so it's very transparent. You don't need to look much further. They're giving you the account name, the account number, who this foundation is set up for. So it's very transparent. So this is the moment when they hit a particular milestone, and you could just see the grassroots really. This is not a very complicated setup here. This man is in a room of his house.
Załóż słuchawki. Co tu będzie? Co się dzieje? Coś się dzieje, okej. Będzie coś...
Codziennie na oddziałach, więc skurwysynie jebane, zanim napiszesz znowuż, czy wszystko idzie, to odpowiadam, tak kurwa wszystko. I nawet się znajdzie część, którą możesz sobie wziąć do dupy.
Co ty zrobiłeś?
A to i tak pójdzie na
Co ty powiedział? Co ty nam powiedział?
Nie!
Co ty nam powiedział? Weź tak
Nie!
Co ty nam powiedział?
Załóż słuchawki.
Co ty nam powiedziałeś?
Załóż
Ej, puść
słuchawki.
mi to, puść mi.
Nie, załóż słuchawki, załóż
Puść mi
słuchawki.
to, bo jak ja na niego patrzę.
Załóż słuchawki. Zapamiętaj, to było wszystko w dobrej wierze.
na oddziałach. Więc skurwysynie jebane, zanim napiszesz znowuż, czy wszystko idzie, to odpowiadam. Tak, kurwa, wszystko. I nawet się znajdzie część, którą możesz sobie wsadzić do dupy. A to i tak pójdzie na dzieciaku.
Przysięgam, że to było w dobrej wierze. Przysięgam. Przysięgam.
O Jezu, popłakałem się ze śmiechu. Ja
Przysięgam,
już
że to
takiego
było w
nigdy w
dobrej
życiu nie
wierze.
widziałem.
Przysięgam, że to było w dobrej wierze.
Crazy. Also, a beautiful moment between just two men. Again, I don't want to keep making these comparisons. This is a very modest, very humble setup. And you just have two men having this really lovely moment together for just one common cause. I mean, I think it's amazing. I just think it's beautiful. And I don't want to be overly emotional here and hype this up, but I'm kind of emotional and sentimental just because I remember we had times like this. There was a time in the United States where we had a common cause. It's nice. It's nice to see this. And I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous that we can't do something like this in the United States on a national level. Something that galvanizes the country, takes politics completely out of it. You don't see, this was not a political thing. This is not a political moment. So you don't see any politicians talking about this. They've removed the politics. They brought it back down to the grassroots level, talking about pure humanity. Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm jealous, but I'm very happy for these two individuals and many other people that the thousands of people that donated, the millions of people that donated. I'm really happy for you guys. And I wish we had something like this in the United States. Yeah, so there were a lot of people involved. As I said, I saw Robert Lewandowski, which is a huge he's probably the most popular, most famous footballer in Poland's history. Ed Sheeran was involved, Iga Świątek, the Polish women's champion for tennis. I don't know how this man was able to pull it off, but it shows how when you have one common cause and you remove politics from the situation, you can galvanize a country, which is something we really lack right now in the United States. The event was inspired by a song in support of cancer patients recorded by Polish rapper Bedos 2115 and an 11-year-old cancer patient named Maja who is being supported by cancer fighters. Let's take a look at that video. Man, hard not to get choked up on that. Really. You know, this is what's missing right now in the United States. I think we've lost our way a little bit. We've gone a little bit off track and we've politicized basically everything at this point. We forgot what it's like to be humans. I think we forgot, not all of us, of course, I'm generalizing, but I feel like in the United States, when you get so desensitized to mass shootings, killings, and you see this on the daily, I think you tend to lose humanity. You lose the sense of humanity and the value of life. And here you have a young girl, which we have also children that are struggling with cancer, multiple bouts with cancer. So this is not something unique to Poland, of course, but just to humanize the person, I just think this is really beautiful. I'm a little misty-eyed, but I think we need some of this in the United States to kind of just hone in on one common goal and maybe little by little that'll kind of humanize the country again, because I think we're in a really dark place in the United States. As I said, everything's politicized. Great song. Really great song. This man made a dance song about cancer, pretty much about cancer attacking children. And if you didn't know the Polish language and you heard this in a club, you would dance to this. He made a danceable song about cancer attacking children. I think the last time I've seen something like this in the United States is when we had this war effort in the Second World War, when we had Rosie the Riveter, where you were able to galvanize a whole country against one common cause. I don't think we've had that anymore. So when you look at this particular situation and when it relates to Maja and her struggle with cancer, her trying to battle cancer, the common goal is this is about raising enough money for children who are suffering from cancer, and let's do it one accord, all on the same page. But when I start to look at it and from the sense or from the vantage point from the United States and as an American citizen, it seems like we're not able to get on the same page at the same time. Is that about multiculturalism? I don't know, but it seems like if you put one common goal in front of Polish people, they're able to get it done. When you look at millions of Ukrainian refugees and they needed shelter and they needed a place to stay and they needed a home, the country was able to rally behind this because it was one common cause and they got it done. The whole government, the way it was ran, the way they processed applications changed. It was like a wartime effort. So I saw when Poland needed some things to get done, they were able to do it. They just made the call, changed what they were doing previously, and it got done. I used to see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Ukrainian refugees in my particular city in Poznan. They got it done. They were able to get issued PESEL numbers. They got identifications. People were able to get roofs over their heads. Polish people were taking Ukrainian refugees into their homes. Polish people are kind of low-key rich. So a lot of Polish people have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 apartments. There are a lot of wealthy, well-to-do Polish people here, but they don't flaunt it the same way as we do in the United States. So it seems like if you put something simple in front of Polish people, and maybe this is what nationalism looks like in its truest sense, give a country a goal, mission accomplished. This is the goal. This is what we need to do. Let's just do it. In the United States, very dysfunctional. We can't get on the same page lately. Many things aren't able to get done. I don't know why that is, but I say kudos to Polish people. This is really an amazing situation. I am a little jealous, I would say, at this point. So it seems like Polish people are able to get it done, and maybe this is the difference between the United States culture and other cultures. Japanese people, I saw them when they had the tsunami. No problem. Completely orderly. No problems. No rapes. When you look at what we had with Hurricane Katrina, everybody's experiencing the same thing. What do we have when we have a moment of crisis? Rapes, murders, killings, looting. So there's something to be said about American culture, especially in a time of crisis. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you like this video, if you like this content. As always, leave a comment in the comment section below. Please hit the subscribe bell, hit the like button. This will help me grow my channel. This will help us figure out and fight the algorithm. Until the next one, this is Mike. Cześć.